Is there a fast way to sober up?
Hey, what's up? It's Jill and Nik from the Wasted Truth podcast. Welcome where we're talking about the bing bing and the clock roar about the old service industry. Join us on the magical journey. Here we go.
Hi, it's your girl Jill, aka Jill Even Millie, and I'm here with my bitch Nick, aka Nicoletta Spaghetti. Welcome back to the Wasted Truth podcast, guys. I'm so high right now. I just had to get that out on the table before we started.
She was like pre-gaming this episode before we even started.
Yeah.
I was like, I just rolled out of bed.
So for those who celebrate, this is going to be our 420 episode, but it's going to be released on 421. So it's the day after.
We
love.
But today we have a very special guest, Carson.
Hi.
And you guys probably wondering, like, why do you have Carson on? We have Carson on because she is our friendly local neighborhood High Rise rep. And High Rise 420, it was just a perfect pairing.
It just works out. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah.
I'm just like, the vibes are it already. I'm so pumped.
I love High Rise. It's like my favorite thing to do. Like my go-to thing at the end of the night. Like if I get off early enough, I stop by Shulman's, I'll grab a beer and a shot, hang out for a little bit, and then I'll take one of these to go because I live like 4 minutes away from my house, and I'll just like crack it on the way home. And then I'll just melt into my bed. And they're fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
so I'm very excited. She brought the whole spread today, and I'm pumped about it.
Yeah, it's a really fun brand to be a part of. And yeah, the aesthetic of it is awesome. They've had the same team. Like my marketing director created the logo, has been there for like over 5 years.
Hell yeah.
So she's been like with the family and like building this brand.
She. Are you
It's a whole
saying
marketing-
it's woman owned?
Well, so it's actually a husband and wife
that's
owned,
cool.
which is really cool. So Matt and Libby Skinner, they started High Rise. Well, they started Charleston Hemp Collective like 5 years ago because Libis actually got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. So like a really shitty health situation. And then of course, as big pharma and everything, they wanted to put her on all these pills and steroids, et cetera. And they turned to hemp. So they started making tinctures and gummies, and it really healed her. It helped with a lot of her stress and anxiety and pain. And as they were like formulating it and growing this really cool dispensary in Charleston, they were like, let's make a seltzer that makes it a little bit more accessible to everyone.
That's cool.
So it kind of like blossomed as their like love for each other, and then it kind of grew. They've actually known each other since they were like 10 years old.
Well, that's adorable.
Wow, what a wholesome fucking story this
I
is.
got goosebumps and I'm pissed off about it.
Right? It's like it's so sweet. We use them so much in all of our stuff. They're like a riot to see together too, because just so much fun.
That's cool.
All over the place, but just like incredible people, but they've known each other for forever. And so yeah, the whole brand started as like their thing to like support her, and
Yeah, dude, to
has
like
been
help
growing
her
since then.
fight her fucking health battles. That's sick.
Yeah, that is
Well,
very cool.
you brought 3 different kinds.
Yes, I did.
So we're gonna try them on air.
Yes, love.
I'm happy that these are like, again, I have a very low tolerance for THC and
You guys,
You're not-
me
you-
too.
Yeah, but
I've been
as she hits her
practicing.
pen before she got on there.
No, I didn't hit the pen today. I hit it yesterday. Pen-Jamin Franklin
And you're,
is what I like to
you're
call
still
him.
high?
Pen-Jamin Franklin, that's hilarious.
Pen-Jamin Franklin?
Yes.
Oh my God. Wait.
Shout out to Pen-Jamin Franklin.
Pen-Jamin Franklin needed the first
Oh
shout
man,
out.
I laughed so hard my fucking headphones just
But
fell
these
off.
ones are nice because they're only the 3 milligram. I've only ever seen the 5 milligram.
Yeah, so
So
we
that's
have 5 milligrams like our flagship, but
Yeah.
we actually launched this 3 milligram microdose online only.
Cool.
So one of the like fun things
hold on, I'm
about
cracking
yeah,
this.
let's do it. I'm a little like, we love that soundbite.
Sexy.
Ooh.
ASMR.
Yeah, so we launched the 3 milligram online. One of the funny things of like working with a brand like this is because it's non-alcoholic, we actually have like a big e-commerce digital platform, which
That's
is so
cool.
different than like other suppliers.
Yeah.
But another thing is with it being THC, there's different regulation all over the country. So
Yeah,
we
well,
actually
That was one of my main questions was like, how the fuck were you able to get it? Like in Tennessee, I feel like it's again, like in the South, it's like a lot harder than up north or wherever.
Yeah,
Like-
so it's actually all made from hemp-derived THC. So hemp-derived THC is like federally legal because of the 2018 Farm Bill. They like passed this bill that you're allowed to sell hemp-derived THC products and gummies, seltzers, et cetera, as long as it's less than 0.3% dry hemp.
Cool.
Yep.
So lots of fun
had
things.
them in
But as these seltzers have gotten super, super popular, different states have had different regulations and different laws. And as someone who like oversees the whole country, it's kind of tough because like every state's different. So like Connecticut, for instance, has a 3 milligram cap. So as we're launching into Connecticut, we're like, well, let's create a microdose for 3 milligrams, and then we'll also
Smart.
sell it online, and people love it for that.
Genius. That's absolutely genius.
Yeah, and I'm also the same. Like, I didn't really grow up like consuming a lot of THC. It's funny because my mom's in the cannabis industry, and my whole childhood, it's like roles reversed.
Your mom's in the cannabis industry?
Oh yeah,
That's
my mom
badass.
makes bongs.
Yeah.
That's a
Hey,
whole-
shout out to your mom.
Yes, shout out my
Megan.
bud face. A whole different conversation. But it's funny because like growing up, she was like the one that was like, "Can you just like get cool enough and just start smoking weed? Like,
Can you be
just
cool,
like,
daughter?
can you just like
What the
figure
fuck?
it out?" And I've always been like, "No, it's not my thing." And now that I work for a THC seltzer, she's like, "Okay, so now it's your thing." I'm like, "Yeah, you
Yeah,
had
it
a
is.
point.
Yeah.
You had a
That's
point."
so funny.
Okay, did you try yours yet?
Yeah, I
I
was about
did.
to say.
They're delicious.
Okay, so
Cheers.
cheers. So Nikki has pineapple. I have blueberry, and then Carson has mango. So
They're so good.
One of the beautiful things that I
Delightful.
love when you pour it out too. So like,
You can see the different colors because it's like legit juice in there.
yeah, it's actual real fruit juice. So
Oh, yeah.
that's like
Pineapple's
one of
so
the main
good.
reasons that we love doing like mocktails and things with our brand, because it's not something where it's like, it's made with real fruit. There's no artificial sweeteners, preservatives, flavors,
Yeah.
literally organic cane sugar and hemp derived THC. Like that's it. So
Yeah.
it's like really clean. It's 20 calories per can.
20.
Less than 5 grams
Skinny.
of sugar. Skinny.
Skinny Stone Summer.
okay, which one's your
love
favorite?
it.
Oh Jesus, which one's your
I was gonna
favorite?
say if we're gonna.
Usually I go
Pass
like
around.
the blueberry. Do you just pour it back into the can and then pour yourself a different one?
I did. So that's mango. Here you go.
I say at this point we're all in the family. We can all go.
Pineapple is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, it's so tasty.
Pineapple and blueberry are our top sellers.
I don't get the pineapple enough. I always get the blueberry except
No,
it's
I
at
love-
Schulman's, but like I fuck with the pineapple.
Yeah, the pineapple is yummy. So
I love the blueberry only because I've never tried something blueberry flavored that actually tasted like blueberry. It always tastes like
That logistics.
artificial
It's hard to-
syrupy stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it like actually tastes like real refreshing blueberries.
100%.
Okay, so I want to learn more about you. So you're from
Me?
Charleston, right? Or-
Yeah, South Carolina. I
South
grew up
Carolina.
outside of Columbia.
Hell yeah! Shout out to South Carolina.
Yeah. Hey.
Anyways, so you have been in the. Tell us just about your. When did you move to Nashville? Why did you move to Nashville?
Okay, I'll try
Where
to
did
make
you
long
start?
story short. It's actually funny because I celebrated my like anniversary moving here last week. So I moved in April 2017. So I've been in
Oh,
Nashville
shit.
for like officially
minute.
8 years,
Yeah.
which is crazy because it feels like I just moved here, but it also feels like this community has been like my home for so long.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. So I went to school at University of South Carolina. Go Cox.
Wait, go Cox!
Go Cox.
Shout out Cox.
Go
Shout out to the Cox.
Never gets old. Never gets old. And I wanted to be in music. So I wanted to do something in like the business side of the music industry. And
Yeah.
so when I graduated, I was like, well, I need to either move to LA, New York, or Nashville. And I didn't really know anything about either. I did work in LA. I've done like award shows and live productions. And like LA was never really my thing. A little too like,
Yeah.
A little too LA.
a little to LA. Yeah, exactly. And I love New York to death, but I was like, I'm going to struggle so hard and
Yeah.
bad. Like, that's not it. And
Yeah.
I literally knew nobody in Nashville. I just knew it was a cool music scene. And I was like, I'll just move there. So
Yeah.
I like packed up all my shit. I had like 2 interviews with like record labels that went nowhere. And when I got here, I was like, I need to find a service industry job because that's what I've always known, to just
Yeah.
make money. So I was like, the
It's the
strip is
easiest
like,
way.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I was like, the strip is where everyone is. So I'll just like start on Broadway and like work my way up until I get hired. And I actually walked into Acme Feed and Seed and I got hired on the spot.
Nice.
I love Acme.
I love Acme too. And it was funny because we look back at that like interview and they're like, how's your bourbon knowledge? And I was like, I could probably use a class. And they're like, I like your honesty. Why? I was like, you know what?
Honesty is the best policy.
I was like, out of all the things after I started working there, I was like, you didn't want to ask me about like high volume or getting your ass kicked or like
Yeah.
being on Broadway. You were just like bourbon knowledge.
Yeah.
I was like, small.
And
Yeah.
also, like, nobody fucking knows anything on Broadway. Like, it's all about high volume and shit like that. The fact that that was the first question they asked is kind of hilarious.
It was hilarious.
And the only question they asked, they're like, I guess you could learn
Yeah.
high
you
volume.
just need to know how to multitask, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're good. And just like crack open a beer and pour vodka soda.
Yeah, like work hard and show up and be
Yeah.
presentable. It's not rocket science, but it also is a skill.
Yeah.
Like the older I get, the more I
Totally.
realize I'm like, it is actually a skill for people in the service industry to have those kinds of like ways of working.
I agree.
But the cool thing is Acme also had, or still has, like a radio station and a really cool local music program. So I kind of, when I was there, as I was leaving, they're like, well, we have all this music stuff here. So none of the interviews panned out. And I slowly but surely started getting more involved in all of the like stuff that went behind the scenes at Acme. So I was like an intern for the radio station, then grew into a marketing coordinator, then grew into like the entertainment marketing manager that kind of oversaw all the entertainment aspects that were happening at Acme.
That's cool.
And, which was great because it was kind of like hospitality and that.
Yeah.
And I knew a lot because I did both. I was like, there was like a time in like the early days of me living here that I was in that building like 70 to 80 hours a week because I would work from like 9 to 5 as a marketing person, and then I would like put on a service and then serve all night. And so I would like see
hustle.
Yeah, I would see the disconnects though, and I would see like, oh wait, like this artist is actually really good with the consumers, or like the consumers don't actually know what the special is because the servers aren't talking about it, but I promoted it. So it was a really cool perspective. But fast forward, we started doing a lot of cool like events and community stuff, and they're like, well, we need sponsors, like can you find sponsors? And I was like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's when I started like building relationships with suppliers and talking to like different kinds of brands and people to like sponsor the events that we were doing. And that slowly grew into me doing all the strategic partnerships for the company too. And
Bitch, you really started from the bottom. Now you're here.
I was like,
shit.
I did a lot in that building. I've cried in that walk-in in so many different ways.
Hey, there's no crying in the walk-in. Just
Well,
kidding. We've all done it.
We've all done it.
That trauma bonds you to a job
It really does.
when you cry.
Absolutely,
walk-in.
100%. When you walk in a building and you're like, I put my blood, sweat, and literal tears in this building, you guys have no idea.
Yeah.
I've had soy sauce spilled on me, ranch. I've had Broadway bachelorettes yell at me, like all of the above.
I think that's
ticked all those bingo boxes.
Yeah, dude, it's just so awesome. You just fucking moved here on a whim, and then you're like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna work on Broadway."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You went
so,
straight to hell, babe. But you
sure
did it. But you conquered it.
I sure did. I said we're gonna go into the belly of the beast, and like we're gonna be Nashville. So.
Yeah.
As that was kind of wrapping up, I was like, okay, I kind of need something else. I reached out to the girl who was overseeing Jack Daniel's Misty Blue at the time. And I was like,
shout out to Missy.
Shout out to Missy. We love her.
We love her.
And I was like, you know everyone in this city. Is there anyone who's hiring like somebody that like could do events and activations? And literally 2 hours before, her girl who was doing events for Brown Foreman like put in her notice and left. And she was
Talk
like,
about
wait.
fate.
Yeah.
I know. She was like, did you hear about what was going on? I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I started working for Jack Daniels. I was a key account activation manager for all of Brown Foreman's brands. So I did all events, activations. I staffed every liquor store tasting for
Sick.
all of their brands. In a year and a half, I did 330 events.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
It was a lot.
That's
Like,
so heavy.
and on top of like, I mean, Jack Daniels is in our backyard. So like I took like full busloads of bartenders there. And like, I really drank the Kool-Aid. I love that brand. It was so fun
I've
to work
done that.
for.
I've done that behind like that. Like what is it? Jack Daniels, like with the little, whatchamacallit, like the little buses.
Yeah, and
like
you go and you like actually stay at the distillery. Yeah, I mean,
I
it's,
did that. It's awesome.
It's
It was
so,
so
cool.
much fun.
It's so cool,
Yeah.
and it's like also like that's crazy that like all of the Jack Daniels in the world is made like in our backyard.
Yeah.
Like I think that's nuts to think about, like their reach. But needless to say, that like year and a half wore me the fuck out. It was just not sustainable at the end of the day.
330 fucking
That's
events
too
in
many
1
events.
year.
Yeah. Plus, like again, I love Jack Daniels, but by the end of it, my body was like, "Baby girl, enough with the whiskey. Enough with the whiskey."
Yeah.
And everything else. So I left. I went to work at a corporate event agency. I was like, I want to be like somewhere that's like safe and secure and fine and like out of this like crazy mess because I was in like the thick of it for so long. And the corporate event agency like kind of went under after 6 months of me being there.
Oh
So
my
not safe
God.
and secure.
Which is like, which kind of sucked because I was like,
Kinda.
I was like, what the fuck do I do now? And so I left, and like in that moment when that happened, some of our clients I was working with was like, can we just hire you to just be our event manager? Like you've already done it. And I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't really have an option. And then I started looking at the numbers and I was like, wait a second. I was like, I'll make more money doing events freelance and for myself than working for an agency.
Yeah.
So then I just started my own company. And so I like started doing like events and activations for myself and tapped back into all of my like network and contacts that from the hospitality industry and music. I did like artist album release shows. I did like Nike run clubs. I took on any and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But that's kind of when High Rise came in the picture because 2 years prior I met the owners and they were like, we need you to be our rep. And I was like, I work for Jack. conflict of interest, can't do it.
Yeah.
And so then when I had my own company, I was like, okay, actually I could do exactly what I did for Jack Daniels for you guys and have you on as a retainer client. And they're like, okay, done. So then I've worked with them for over a year and a half now, and they brought me on full time November of last year.
Very cool.
So long story short, that is my lore now.
Yeah, dude.
And I do all events and activations for High Rise all over the country. So I oversee, like, we're planning like a pool takeover in the Thompson and Savannah that I'm like setting up. We're doing like a 420 cruise in Charleston, like on a sailboat. Like,
hell yeah.
Damn, bitch, why we need to be doing that. What the fuck?
yeah, right? Listen, come on
Wasted
down.
Truth Cruise? Let's go.
Any and every time. If you guys want to come to any event, you let me know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Twist my
Well,
arm.
yeah,
Okay.
no. And I love the Carolinas a lot.
Me too.
So
me too.
much.
Charleston has, I mean, I do need to be there. Like, obviously it's like important with like the partnership, but I was like, hey guys, I think I really need to be on the boat in Charleston. Like for 420. Like,
Yes,
that's where
obviously.
I really need to be. But it's fun and it's cool because, like, unlike Jack and all the other like liquor brands that I worked with, like, we do have a wellness component because we actually like have real ingredients and et cetera. Not that Jack doesn't, but you know what I mean? We have a focus of it. So a lot of my events are like marathons and fitness events, and we have a good partnership with Lolu, which is like a cold plunge sauna studio, you know? So like, it's
cool.
also that side of it too, which is like really fun for me because I love that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's badass. That's, yeah.
Thank
I
you.
mean, because I want to be high whenever I'm working out.
Honestly, I feel like that'd be the easiest way to work out. I need to get back to the gym regardless, but
do you like to be a little stoned whenever you work out?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. One time, so I grew up dancing, and they wanted me to do this like video shoot where I was like drinking High Rise on the pier in Charleston and like dancing. And I like woke up that morning just like drinking High Rise and like dancing, and I loved it. It was like such a good experience. Since then, I haven't tried it because I'm trying to get into running, and like running for me is already feels so
Dude,
long, and when I get high, you know, like minutes feel like hours.
True.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
if a running minute feels like longer than a running minute for me, I'm gonna
Not worth it.
It's gonna stress me out. But I'm gonna
runner.
try it. I'm gonna try it soon. Maybe after this because the day is so beautiful and we're gonna
You
be
were like, oh, I
It's
can't
finally
really.
fucking nice today. We've just had like tornado shit all
Yeah,
week.
it
And
was
it's like the
such a
first
fucking
nice day in
bummer.
forever.
Yeah, and I can't.
definitely
I'm
wanna
like
be
a
outside.
plant. Like when the weather is bad, I'm like
I'm not
call it
leaving the
quits.
house.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm
Nope.
done.
I'm not leaving the fucking house. No, thank you.
No, thank you. And as soon as it's sunny, it's like I just like actually took drugs. I'm like, oh my God, everything is great. Things
Yeah.
are wonderful. We're all happy.
No, literally, I went to the beach not too long ago, and I felt like way less suicidal when I got back.
Right? It does help.
No, it helps so much. Like, I think all of my friends collectively over this winter were like, do we hate Nashville? Like, do we want to just move?
Yeah.
And then
And
the second the sun came out, everyone was like, just kidding, we love it. Everything's fine.
And then the allergies hit because like that's what's been killing me the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like the fucking dogwoods, man. I swear to God, I'm just like dying inside.
Is the dogwoods the trees that smell like cum?
No.
There's something in.
No, but
You know what I'm saying?
those do.
There's
produce
a
a lot
fucking
of
plant.
allergens.
There's an allergen in the fucking air.
Can
that-
somebody Google it? Thinking
Yeah,
it was
Just specifically that sentence.
It's something else. It's not the dogwoods.
Also,
though.
for the listeners and for everyone here, are we an indica or a sativa person?
Indica.
Damn, really? I'm a sativa
so-
person.
Because like again, I don't want to be high and not be in my house, and so like all I want to do
Oh,
is just
I wanna
like
be
melt
high
into
and I
my
wanna,
bed.
like,
I wish I could
Go all over the place and do all
I guess
the
I want to
things.
like try sativa more and like see if I could be functional in public with it, but no.
I'm more of a sativa person, but if I'm like just vibing, like sometimes like I don't know if I want to like get like drink a lot of High Rise and like have like a networking event. I want to like dance and have fun and like be silly
I could
goofy,
see- yeah,
not
I could
like
see
be
that.
on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's a difference.
Yeah.
We're more of a sativa, so
That's cool.
Delta 9 in general is just like more of that like uplifting energy.
Yeah, which I guess I do like. But if I'm by myself, indica all the way. Just
Yeah,
like,
no,
I just want to. What is it? Indica,
It's
indica couch.
In the couch.
So Sierra's
want.
holding up the
Bradford
is the
pears?
the allergen
Bradford
that
pears.
smells like
cum.
Yeah.
Is that what you Googled? Was it that? And
Did you say what?
What is it?
What tree smells like
What
cum?
tree smells-
And guess what? It came up.
it was like, which we already know exactly what we're talking
Your
about. Bradford
FBI
pears.
agent that's like following your phone is like, what the fuck is she looking up now?
Okay, so
Right.
I was just generally curious, so I did a little bit of research on my own on we live in a red state, the fact that we can ingest cannabis or whatever. People, I never really actually looked into like, you know, the loopholes and like when it started, and so I was just doing a little deep dive, and I want to go and give everybody a little a little history lesson.
Okay.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
2014, Tennessee enacted a bill allowing hospitals and clinics to supervise research on cannabis oil.
Okay.
So that was the beginning,
So
2014.
10 years ago.
Yes. 2015 is they passed a law legalizing the possession and the use of cannabis oil containing no more than 0.9 THC for treating severe conditions like epilepsy. But the law required patients to obtain the oil from an out-of-state source, so you couldn't buy it here. Dude,
But
it's
you're
all
allowed to
so
use it here,
ass
but you had to buy it
backwards.
somewhere else. It's so dumb.
Girl, it's like my whole life, every
Yeah.
single state. When
Just
the
the
new laws come
amount of
forward, I'm
like
for why?
Yeah, the amount of obstacles that they put in place and like all the silly little fucking things. So 2015 they allowed people to have it if they had epilepsy.
But you couldn't buy it here, but you
No.
could just use it here.
Yep, and it was still
Hilarious.
legal to sell it here. So 2018, 3 years later, they federally legalized hemp. So the Farm Bill, which you brought up earlier, it's legalized hemp with less than 0.3% cannabis, Delta-9 THC on a dry weight basis. So less than 0.3%.
Yeah.
So then that was a pivotal change because you can start selling stuff in the state nationwide. Or
Yeah,
you can sell it.
nationwide.
Yeah, you can sell hemp derived products nationwide, which makes sense because of like how you guys are mainly online and you can distribute to different states and shit. So
Yeah, exactly.
and then 2019, they legalized hemp derived cannabinoids, including Delta-8 THC. Same thing that I just said. Did I just read the same thing over and over again? Sorry, guys. I'm high.
She's high.
Anyways, so
High education.
okay, so you can sell it, and that's when I wrote in my notes. High Rise has entered the chat. So when did High Rise start?
So Charleston Hemp Collective started 5 years ago, but High Rise has been around for like 2, almost 3 years.
Oh, 6.
now.
So yeah,
So we're
that-
pretty new.
2019. Yeah.
But now we're in 18 different states right now. We
That's
kind of
sick.
grew really, really quick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. It's
But also seems like a headache because you have to go and figure out like each state's fucking legislation and whatever, and they keep changing everything, and it's
Yeah.
just like a confusing, like.
It's confusing, and it's just like it's already a barrier because it's completely different categories. So it's already like as a salesperson or as like talking about it, you're like, okay, try something that you've never tried before, and they're like, okay, well I might, and it's like, okay, but also now you need a license, and now you need to sell it this way, and then you also need to do
Yeah.
this, and by that point, as a bar manager, you're like,
This is
just not even worth
so
it,
many
you
hoops to
know.
jump
So
through.
a big part of my job is just showcasing like the success that it's had, and
Yeah.
like showing people like, hey, you actually can make a lot of money and do really well with this. Like, for instance, ML Rose is a really great partner of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to the owner there, and she's like, our THC sales, like for the last year, were like upwards of $200,000 plus, you
That's
know,
sick.
like, and make sure I said that right.
Yeah.
I think that was the quote. But like, it is.
That's
It's like
crazy.
a significant amount of revenue that's coming in. And it's crazy. But yeah, it is kind of a pain in the ass to like figure out each state. But I will say one thing I love about High Rise is that they're like, okay, we'll adapt. You want a 3 milligram? We'll make a 3 milligram. You guys want more? We'll make more. We're going to come out with a 10 milligram here soon.
God damn, you're gonna put me in the fucking grave with that one.
I know. Well, and the thing is, it's like, but that's like more for like C-stores and gas stations and
Yeah.
like
Yes.
the off-premise accounts who have been like begging for it. So like, and we can make that and work with it. So it's fun working for a company that's so adaptable, but it's also tough because now each state is starting to roll back some legislation on it. And that's been kind of a
bummer.
pain. Yeah, it's a bummer because it's also all from other people lobbying against it. So like, for instance, California, where it's legal, Governor Newsom banned hemp-derived THC because big marijuana over in California is like, wait, I have to pay all these taxes for these dispensaries. People shouldn't be able to just get high at a bar. They need to go through the dispensary.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of, well, there's also all this reasoning of like people saying, well, it's unsafe for like kids to find candy and things like that. Like we kind of fit in the same category as that stuff.
Yeah.
But again, to me, that's just a way of just trying to ban it because they want to push their own vetted interests.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to be flexible and adapt
Yeah.
to all the
Just
things.
keep-
And also, you
Yeah.
still need to be 21 to buy it, right?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is too, is like the more I talk about it, like for people who have been high before, like it feels like something completely new and different, but it really isn't. Like a lot of people ask me, like, well, how would this make me feel? I'm like, if you've never been drunk before and someone was like, how will a gin and tonic make me feel? I'm like, it just depends.
it
It
depends
depends
on the
on
person.
like your body, your metabolism, what you ate that day, like all that stuff. Like I can't explain to you what drunk feels like for you until you've been drunk and you know what your limits are. It's the exact same thing. It's just different, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That makes
and I
sense.
mean, for me, I think for all three of us here, we have a pretty low tolerance.
Yes.
But I have been
why I'm
drinking
just
these
sipping.
periodically because we got them in at at the bar that I work at, and I fucking love them.
Oh, love to hear that.
Yeah, one time I will say though, a couple months ago before I started dabbling back into it, I was setting up the bar and we have just the CBD ones.
Yeah.
I thought that I grabbed the CBD one. I put that bitch on ice. I added a little orange to it. I was ready to indulge while I was cutting fruit before the bar opened. And like, I took 2 sips and I like kind of had like an That's So Raven moment. And I was like, stop. And I was like, oh no. And then I looked at it and I was like, God damn it.
You're like, oops.
I was like, I'm so fucking high. Oopsies. But you know what? It was all good. I had a great shift. The time went by so fast.
Okay, so if anything,
So,
maybe
Time bends in
working out
different
on
ways.
it.
Yeah. For me, it helps me get through the day. But no, these have been
coasting through the
literally
shift.
my favorite. Quint will bring one home for me when he gets off of work, so I can enjoy it on my day off.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I love
'Cause
to hear
I think
that.
I have like 3 of these in my fridge right now.
Yeah, well, you're about to have more because I'm leaving all this with you guys, so you can have it. I mean, it's like it's a blessing and a curse that it tastes so good because
Yeah.
like we do have a practice.
I want to drink more than one, and I'm like, my tolerance
maybe the
could
three,
never.
maybe the 3
Maybe the
milligrams.
3 might actually
Shit, you
work
guys
better
could even
for me.
go down to 2 milligram, honestly. But I mean,
Yeah, and we've talked about potentially doing that because again, different laws are
different
in
strokes for
states.
different folks, you know.
But we have a really great
Heyo.
person that we work with who like manufactures our products, so it's like
Sick.
it's something that we can like turn around and actually do.
Yeah.
Not like easier than you think,
Yeah,
which is great.
hell yeah.
Hell
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Feeling good.
Yeah, today's gonna be a day for me, honey.
A day for me.
You're just gonna, like,
honey.
again, because it's so nice out. You're just gonna go to a park and just like hang out.
No, I have to go to UPS and return stuff, and I hate doing that
Oh
shit.
my
Think about like think about the
you gotta do
worst thing that you
chores.
could do when you're high. It's literally finding a FedEx, going to it, telling them where it's going, and making sure all the information's correct, and then like figuring out how they're gonna package it. A fucking nightmare. It's kind of scary if you think about it. You're like, am I doing this right? Are they gonna know that I'm high? I'm scared.
No, okay, so I will say, shout out to the FedEx on Commerce and
Shout
the
out.
and the Renaissance Hotel. Those people are my homies, and it's because I always have to like ship stuff out.
Yeah.
But every time I'm like, hey, here's a High Rise, and they're like, oh my god, thanks. So now at this point, when I come, like the valet is like, what do you got today? I was like, I got these packages and these, and then I show up and they're like, just send us an email, we'll ship everything for you. We got you. Like they're so on top of it.
That's so nice.
Because I literally every time I'm like, here's more High Rise. I was like,
Here you
here you
go. Thank you for your services.
and they love it, which is funny because like the FedEx in Charleston, my boss there, she's like, yeah, they're always like, oh, this girl with all of her cans. And the FedEx here is like,
We love
what you
you.
got? Like I like know Jesse and Jasmine by name. Like they're like,
Shout out Jesse and Jasmine at FedEx.
at the FedEx on Commerce.
so you should go there.
Okay.
Once you're done.
Yeah, I gotta return some fucking clothing that I bought off Fashion Nova. Why did I buy that?
See, I will
Bad
say that
idea every time.
I will never return clothing. I'm
I
stuck with
usually
it.
don't, but I spent
I'll
too
just
much
give it
money
to
on this shit,
somebody else.
and I was like, you know what? I want my $65 back. $65 is $65, you guys. But there's been so
We're
many
in a
times
recession.
where I'm just like, fuck it. Whatever. I
In
spent
this
the money on
economy,
it.
And this economy,
$65?
I'm gonna
Get
go
the
to
fuck outta
FedEx high and
Yeah.
make sure that I get some money back.
So I was also like just kind of like workshopping like I don't know things to talk about and I don't know things to talk about on this podcast.
what we
But
do.
I have a
Do this
note that's
podcast,
just
just to
all
think
I did was just write Buds and Brews. Have you guys been to a Buds and Brews?
No.
For
No.
those of you that don't know,
Sierra's a big fan.
Sierra's like
She
the
loves
fucking
Buds and Brews.
ambassador. That's
Yeah.
what she is.
Because that's another thing that I guess we haven't touched on yet is like so many people that are not doing alcohol anymore, like that are going
They're
sober.
not doing
They're not doing the
alcohol.
alcohol.
Not doing
No,
alcohol.
like just like that are sober,
Yeah.
drink High Rises and
Totally.
stuff like that. Like that's like such an untapped market.
Oh, it's so it's such an untapped market, such a big market. And
Yeah.
it's just like been changing. I was talking to Simon Ford actually with Ford's Gen, and we were talking about.
shout out Simon. He's so
yeah,
nice.
he's the best. I worked with him a lot when I worked with Brown Foreman, and he was like, the stat was this like next generation is drinking 20% of what we drink.
Yeah.
Like not 20 like
These Gen Zers don't want to drink anymore, and us millennials are picking up the leftovers of alcohol. Because we're
Literally.
going ham.
We're just gonna be alcoholics till the day we fucking die.
100%.
Listen,
kidding.
I mean that's it. Like my alcohol habits have changed significantly since I've worked for this brand, but like they're never
Understandably.
going away. Like
Yeah.
there's something about like the community of taking a shot with your like favorite bartenders and like having a fun night out. Like that I don't think will ever just like never be there for me.
Yeah. Well, dude, nothing ever makes me feel the way that makes you feel.
Right.
It's such a
Just
good
taking a
feeling,
communal
dude.
shot.
Yeah.
It's just such a good feel, especially here. Like there's so many moments where my friends are like, we need to like go somewhere different and like mix it up and see other places in Nashville. I'm like, or
I say that all the fucking time. Or we just go to the same 5 bars that we always go to.
Yeah.
And then get a hella big shots from our friendly neighborhood bartenders that love us and love us.
Because nothing replaces that kind of community, you
I
know?
know.
And like, even when I was like, because I went out last night and I've just been like so busy working and like traveling and stuff. It's like, that's what makes Nashville so special is like seeing your friends in the bar. And I saw them like bartenders from others, like at Skinny Dennis last night. And it's just like, you got to be in that. And like, I don't think any amount of not drinking is going to change that. But I also love that like we have an alternative.
Yes, and
for
you have
people
options
who,
at the bars. Which is cool.
which is like a very, very big growing market because it's not that Gen Z doesn't want to go to a bar. They just don't want to be.
They can't afford it.
Right.
They just don't want to be like drunk. No, yeah, they just don't drink as much. And I feel like definitely.
I think over the past, since the bar that I work at, it has been open. I've sold a significant amount of these. Like I've just seen it get more. I just sell more and more every single fucking shift that I work there.
Yeah. It's like the more people start to like understand it and get it and like understand like what it does and how it actually makes them have a good time and how their body reacts to it. Like what I found is like people aren't like, oh, I kind of fuck with it. They're like, when they love it, they love it. Like by cases of it. We had in Charleston, our total wine in Charleston for the sales of January, our number one seller the number one seller in the whole store was High Rise Pineapple, followed by High Rise Blueberry, followed by High Rise Blood Orange, followed by High Noon, and then followed by Michael.
That's crazy.
Oh, in your face.
Watch out. No, but I say that to say like
That's
people
so
don't
impressive.
realize
how many people are buying it.
How many people are buying it. And that like Charleston's our home market and like they've had like 2 years to really understand what it is. So like my goal and hope and like what I kind of see happening is like I've been around in Nashville pushing it for the last year, you know, like as it grows over the next year, it's going to become something that's just as like understood and desired as how it is in Charleston.
Yeah, it's just how it is. Like people gotta.
Yeah.
It's like the learning phase of it. People are like,
and it's a completely new thing. Again, like that just started popping up in the last 3 to 4 years as it's become legal in more states and whatnot. And like the loopholes to get around and like be in bars. But I just think it's really interesting to be like, watch this come up so fast and immediately just be so accepted and like everybody's down for it.
You're a pioneer.
Oh my God, thanks.
Shout out to pioneers.
Not me specifically. It's like the whole brand.
You have died of dysentery.
Oregon Trail status. Okay, but sometimes it feels like that because it is.
No, it's a new thing. You're definitely a pioneer.
But it's tough when you like don't know, you know? Like I do like events and festivals and there's festivals that are like, all right, well, I'm like, well, how much will we sell? If you want me to pay X amount of dollars to do this, like how much will we sell? And like nobody knows. Like we don't know how the category will do in a lot of different places. We're just learning it and it changes
I would drink
constantly.
the hell out of these at a festival. Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, who wants to smuggle a joint under their titty? You know, you just
I've done that.
Actually, everybody does. Let's be real.
No, let's be real. Everyone is juggling. Everyone is smuggling joints under their titties. So you might as well make bar sales from it.
Those juggling joints.
Juggling joints.
So, oh wait, no, I'm not gonna ask that question because we're all gonna be incriminated if I'm like, what drugs have you snuck into the festival? Sorry, it's a stupid question.
Hypothetically speaking,
If you were to smuggle drugs into certain festivals,
I will say,
where would you shove it?
oh yeah, no, where would you
Under
hide
a titty.
The best places to hide your goodies when you're going into an event
Under
venue.
the boob or in the hair. Have always been my go-tos.
100%. My friend had a boot. Has boots. We're so high. She had a little pocket inside of her boot. Is what I was trying to say.
Oh my God.
I'm picturing you're like walking into a festival just with holding one boot full of drugs.
Like, this isn't weird.
This is my purse.
Don't worry about the boot. Don't worry about the boot.
Oh, shit, I'm cracking myself up. God damn it.
Oh, God. Yeah, but no, I mean.
No, the best way. Where'd you do it? What'd you do? Inside the little flap that holds like in your bra, like the one that holds like the little pad that we all usually take out. So I stopped putting them in there.
I'm not gonna lie though, I feel like now, like because it's become so like accessible, like I just put it in my purse. Like they're gonna be like, don't have that, and then you throw it away. They're not gonna be like, whoa, wait a second, get the cops out here.
Jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. It's like, hey, maybe just don't bring that in. I'm like, my bad.
My bad. I totally forgot that it was in there. You totally brought it just
and
for
you
this.
know they're literally going to confiscate it and then just go smoke it later themselves.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%. It's so funny. Shout out, going back to my mom, traveling with her as she's worked in the cannabis industry constantly. She like will go through TSA and then she'll like open her wallet and be like, oops, there was a joint here. And I'm like, Doreen.
Doreen.
I'm like, Doreen. Like,
shout out to Doreen.
I get stopped. TSA like takes out my water bottle and they're like, ma'am. And my mom just like flows on through.
That's the dream.
It's ridiculous.
I
Just
love
to
how
float through
carefree
life.
she is.
100%.
I want to see some of her bongs.
Yeah.
Wait,
Does
does
she
she
show
like
us
hand
after?
blow them? Or like what?
She started by like repurposing like vintage vases.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
then it kind of grew because she like made product for so long throughout her life. It grew into her like mass producing like vases that turn into bongs. Because she has like
That's
smoked weed her
badass.
whole life and has been like, was a single mother for a long time. So she is like, has
She
always smoked.
fucking needed to smoke some damn weed if she was a single mother.
Well, and she was from California, so she like grew
Oh,
up
yeah.
smoking weed,
Yeah.
and she loved smoking out of bongs. And she's like, I want something where I could just like flip it around and not have to take this massive contraption and like
like,
shove
put
it
it
in
somewhere,
in a cabinet.
Like make it cute.
Yeah, and that's exactly what she
Yeah,
said.
multifunctional. We love that.
Speaking of, when's the last time you guys hit a bong?
When I saw her in Vegas last week.
I, honestly,
Hell yeah.
fucking probably like my freshman year of college. So like 10 years, more than 10 years
Yeah, it was
ago.
over 10 years for me. It reminded me of the time that I was in college and someone had a 4-foot bong and we all thought it was such a good idea to smoke it. And we
4 feet?
4 feet beach. 4 feet
4
beach.
feet
You would
beach.
like bend it backwards so it was like on a slope and then you would fill that motherfucker with smoke and you would inhale and then you would
Die.
die.
Oh my God,
You would
that
just
sounds awful.
choke. You would just fucking your ears would probably start to sweat and like your eyes
But,
would
like,
water in.
That does not sound enjoyable in the
Smoking in
slightest.
college was always like that. It was like, how extreme can we smoke this weed?
A gas
so-
mask?
Yeah.
You guys
Oh,
ever
unnecessary.
smoke? Did you guys ever smoke out of a gas mask?
Emily.
Emily, no.
My sister's here visiting. Well, you were shaking your head like, yeah, been there. Yeah, her go-to was like she was more of like the weed smoker and I was the drinker.
She was the devil's lettuce.
Because she's Gen Z and
Smoker.
I'm millennial. That's it.
Yeah, I was more of a
thing.
drinker, and my whole other family was more of a smoker.
Yeah.
But what was the contraption that like filled up a whole balloon of smoke, and then you like took the
Oh.
balloon and you like smoked it?
Oh my
It's,
gosh.
she said it's a gravity bong. No, it fills up like a little like
Yeah,
bag.
it's like a bag. It like
with
fills
the-
up like a bag.
A vaporizer.
Oh, yeah.
Vaporizer? Yeah.
Maybe
I
again,
s-
so intense, just extreme. Vaporizer.
But then they did. Now people be smoking on them dabs.
yeah.
And those are like, I'll fucking go to the hospital immediately. Don't even try
Do
to
not
make
give
me
me a
smoke
dab.
that. I'll go into cardiac arrest immediately.
Yeah, none of that flies with me.
No,
That's
but
why I love this.
me and
amount.
my best friend and I had a gas mask that we just like. I'm gonna Ashley, if you're listening, I hope you are. You bitch.
She's totally listening.
Where the fuck did we get the gas mask from? who
That
left
is a
that?
solid question though. Where do you just like?
And we just held on to it. We would just hold on to it. Did she bring it to Nashville? No, I think she finally threw it out before she moved here. But we
You're
just
gonna go home
kept
and find
it.
in your back of your
Like in a
closet.
closet somewhere. Yeah.
We'll just get a photo of you later, just like smoking out of the gas mask.
Yeah, say it. Ashley's like, you want to hit the gas mask? It's awful because it just makes your whole entire face smell like weed
Yeah.
and your eyebrows and your eyelashes and shit.
I remember when I was in high school, I had my brother threw a party and it was just like not it. It was just like one of those like the cops came,
Yeah.
busted, but one of his friends decided to just bring a full marijuana plant into the party. Not like,
Is he
"Oh,
just,
let's
like,
smoke
parading
something."
it around?
Just a whole plant
This is my baby.
into the party. And I remember I went to like kind
What
of
was
shut everything down.
the purpose?
It was, who knows?
None, because
It's not
you're
like you could
idiots.
just like pop it off and like just start smoking
How old were
it.
they at
like,
the
it's a
time?
whole-
Yeah, it was like high school getting into college.
That's some like a high school kid shit.
Oh my god, 100%.
Yeah, which is why it's crazy and like so cool that like now we're creating a product where you can like enjoy it and it doesn't need to be this like heady stoner stupid vibe,
Yeah,
but
that
like you
whole
can
vibe.
still get like the benefits of it, which is like what I love about our brand because it's not so like let's get stoned. It's
Yeah.
like let's live your best life. Let's like have a little bit
like even like the
take it
logo
down.
and everything. It's like you're just like it's like a happy girl.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
Like, have a nice day.
from those humble beginnings
Yeah.
of the high school and the college experiences.
And the creepy order like buying it from like some sketchy dude and then you have to like smoke some of it with him.
Dude,
you know?
dude, we have
what was
seen.
that?
Listen,
Always.
we've literally
You're
seen.
pulling up to like a random dude's house and you're like, okay, well, how do I? Okay, and then you're like, all right, now what do I do? And he's like, oh, well, here you go, buy some.
It's usually some like skunky Bobby Brown booty weed.
And yeah, 100%.
We watched the birth of the internet, and we also watched the birth of like shit like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Two pretty cool things.
We
I
like
gotta say.
I love being
and this.
No, because we used to be in the, you know, like you just explained, and now we can just go to a fucking gas station and buy one of these.
Yeah. And it's cool to see too, because like with my mom being in the industry and then now me too, it's like I've seen just like how much it helps people, because it is also like people who have like severe chronic pain, arthritis, ulcerative colitis, like whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So it's also just like something that like has been healing them as well,
100%.
which is really cool to see.
So it's healing us right now.
It is healing us.
It's literally healing us.
The sun is out. We're gonna be so healed by the end of it.
We're so fucking healed. Oh,
ready.
we got sidetracked, but so Buds and Brews, it's a bar.
Yes.
They serve beer, and then they serve sauces that have weed in them. I'm looking at Sierra right now.
Yes.
Wait, they have
also-
sauces that have weed?
Yeah, that's
It
like,
has like THC in like the
Shut the
ranch and
fuck
the
up.
that's
and
how
the
you
ketchup
can
and
eat
stuff.
it. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, dude.
Oh my God. Okay. I did
How
not
many
know
is
that.
each sauce worth? Like 2 milligrams? Sierra's gonna look this up, but like you can get like 5 different sauces. It's like me at Chick-fil-A. Imagine if Chick-fil-A's sauces
Had THC in it.
were like
Bro,
0.2%
I would just keep
THC.
looping around in the
You would just
drive-thru.
never stop.
And they're like, another one, and you're like,
here.
bring it back.
Just a whole platter of nuggets, actually.
Oh, I would die of happiness. Just a full fucking platter of chicken nuggets.
I
Chick-fil-A.
should have brought a full platter of nuggets. I mean, like, what was I thinking? Like, I brought High Rise. Like, clearly we're going to be hungry and we're going to
yeah,
want
what if we were like, we
snack
sent you a
after
list of things to bring to the episode. We were like, peach rings, coconut water, chicken nuggets.
Rider. I'm just like, I have to provide the rider for you guys. Like, so
be a
excited on
guest
the
on the
pod.
episode.
Do not come empty-handed or else.
100% no.
But that would have been really funny. Courtney, whenever we had Courtney from Fernet on, 5 Gorilla Man, 5 milligrams of THC in the sauces at
Oh,
Buds
do
and
they
Brews.
sell the
Confirmed.
sauces just by themselves?
Confirmed.
Oh, you could take it home with you.
I do know the guys who run that place. They're wonderful.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, at first when we were starting this, it was like, we're the exclusive. We want to be the only
Yeah,
people
of course.
who are like anywhere.
Totally.
And now I'm like, it's just like beer. Like, I'm cool. I think our product is really good.
Yeah.
So if you're going to take on THC, if you're going to be open to the category and you take on another brand, have at it. Just put ours next to it, like a offering that you would for any other category.
I will say, you guys were the very first THC seltzer that I've ever heard of. Like, that was the first. Y'all were the first in my brain.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that and then like Artet was the only other one I've heard of since then. But
Yeah. Which is cool too, because again, like everything is kind of different. The same way beer, like there's different percentages, there's
Exactly.
different like kinds. So
And
it's
it,
like,
and it reacts differently for each
Yeah.
person.
yeah.
You know, what they might not like Artet. They might just only drink High Rises.
Yeah.
it's me. Oh no, 100%. I agree. Like,
Yeah.
this is always the one that I gravitate towards, anyways. So
Ugh, I love to hear that. Well, but again, it just takes time. It takes time for people to get used to it and
Yeah.
then to know that it exists. And like, that's again, the hardest barrier is like, hey, this is a whole thing that exists. They're like, what? Like it's,
We should take a shot of these. We haven't taken a single shot on this.
I have a
episode.
little bit left in mine.
it's not me
I
saying I'm not
just-
going to drink a lot and then I drink all
I
of
just
it.
here. I'll give you some.
Oh,
of
there's
mine.
still plenty of pineapple. Again, I'm sipping.
Cheers.
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 I just finished this whole one. To the moon I go.
Blueberry's my favorite.
I really like the pineapple. This one's great.
Where can people find High Rise in Nashville?
So
Well, you guys are obviously online.
we're obviously online, but we have a store locator online. So you can
cool.
like
That's cool.
anywhere that you're at, you can put in your zip code and it will tell you all the places that you can find High Rise. So
Nice.
we're in a lot of bars and restaurants. We have great partnerships with music venues like Basement East and Basement, Marathon. But we also are at like a lot of like liquor stores, Frugal, Sinkers, Main Street, Total Wine. We're at all the Total Wines here, which I think we only have one in Brentwood, which is interesting, but
Do we?
Yeah, I think there's
Wait, I thought there was more than one. Is there one over on
like West End area.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about.
There's definitely one over there.
Is that a Cork? That's a Cork Dorks.
You're right. That's a Cork Dorks.
we are at Court Dorks too.
Oh,
Oh.
well.
Damn, bitch, you really just covered all the bases here, huh?
There's so much more. I mean, there's lots of different bars and restaurants, but it's all on our website. So you can go to the store locator. And fun fact, I was told that I was able to share that I have an online discount code because I'm like low-key an influencer.
Plug that online discount code, girl.
Get in there. It's Carson20.
Carson
and you get
20.
20% off.
Hell yeah.
So,
Carson.
Carson.
20.
Not
20.
no K's. What? Anyways.
Yeah.
But
Fuck yeah.
you guys, anybody can
I'ma
use it.
use it.
It's funny because I
I'll
wanted to
use it.
share like something for some other promo we were doing, and my marketing team was like, "Why don't we just give you your own code?" And I was like,
You might as well.
"I was like, I'm an influencer."
She is an influencer now, guys.
They're like, year to date, it has been used twice. But you know what? We're on climb.
Hell yeah.
You're on the up and up. Oh, which I want to do a shameless plug for our phone number. Well, since we're almost done with this episode.
Yeah.
Tell me your high stories. Jesus Christ.
Jill, are you okay?
I'm not okay. Okay.
Shameless plug for your phone number.
Yeah, we used to have the number. I'm too high.
I was like,
347-947-8333.
Yeah, you got it. 927.
Oh, say it again. I fucked it up.
347-927-8333.
Tell us your high stories, or tell us how much you love High Rise.
Yeah.
we love that.
Shameless plug.
That's amazing. People can just text you guys.
Yeah. Text
Yeah,
us,
if you
call
ever,
us.
yeah. Also,
my
also
God.
if anybody's ever hitting on you, because I know they are because you're hot,
my
give
God,
them the
stop.
phone number and be like, you have to text me something crazy, and I'll respond.
Like, give me
What's the
your best
craziest
drunk
thing you could
story.
say?
I mean, honestly, the kind of guys who hit on me, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting text message you're going to get in your phone. But I love that plan. 100%. I'll do that.
We'll
It's so
have
much
to-
fun. Yeah, again, you can leave a voicemail or text, and like you could just be drunk as shit and just leave us a fun voicemail, and we'll play it.
Oh my God, I love that.
But another question that I had: what's your dream blunt rotation, and what's your nightmare blunt rotation?
Okay, I was thinking about this because I was trying to like say something that wasn't so just like dumb and stereotypical.
I never, yeah.
Because like you think of like when I think of like weed, I think of like Snoop
Snoop
Dogg and Dr.
Dogg.
Dre
And like Bob Marley.
right? But like I would like Dr. Dre to me is like king. Like he has produced so many incredible records that like I'm such a fan of. I was like I would love that, but I also love the Cyruses, like Miley Cyrus, her mom, and like all of them. I feel
would
like
be
I would love to
interesting.
do like I would love to smoke with them. But then the one I wouldn't want to smoke with, like I was trying to think of it, and I'm like, not anybody who's like very like uptight.
Someone's
Yeah.
gonna fucking freak out.
Someone's gonna like freak out or be like too much. Or
Yeah.
like, I don't want to say this, and maybe this is, hear me out.
Say
Don't cancel
it.
me.
Say
But
it.
like I feel like Taylor Swift would be really
Bro, she would
stressful.
be. She would be
I
in my
could totally see that.
Dude,
Yeah,
fuck
that's
Taylor
definitely a
Swift. I
nightmare.
don't like Taylor Swift at all.
Like I got mad
stand.
respect for her, but I just feel like in the moment it'd be like very like just like too much. It
Yeah.
would just be too much.
I would totally see that not being fun.
Who's your
at all.
dream blunt rotation?
I didn't really think about it. To be
Think about it right
honest.
now, then.
Okay, then you go. Let me give you a minute.
Ashley, my best friend.
Aw,
That's nice.
She also smokes. Well, she used to smoke a lot of weed. Now she's a mama.
mama.
Sierra. I would totally love to smoke with
Yeah.
her. And then my dog Jack, he would just be a bystander. He wouldn't actually smoke. So it would just be us three. That's a rotation.
That's your dream rotation. You can probably make that happen tomorrow. The fuck?
Oh, Post Malone.
There you go. That's
For
better.
sure.
Okay,
For sure.
that's
Post
better.
Malone.
Post Malone would be fun to smoke.
Oh,
with.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd for sure.
Oh, I would love to smoke with Paul Rudd.
And then one more to really bring it in.
just to round it out.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
That'd be an interesting conversation. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I guess.
Paul Rudd, Post Malone, and Stephen Austin, and you and your dog.
Yeah, Jack's still there hanging out.
Jack's still there.
Or like,
And Ash, it's here.
no, I was gonna say Jack Black, but I feel like he would just be too much. He'd be like nightmare.
Oh, I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless like
Jack Black would be, because I don't like him anyways. My nightmare would be like Jack Black, Will Ferrell, and like, I don't know, somebody else dumb. I would not want to smoke with either of those people.
Oh wait, I
Will
take
Ferrell,
I
that's
take back
interesting.
I
Ugh,
take
he'd be
back
too much.
Hold on, I take
be a
back
lot.
way too much.
it'd be a lot.
I take back Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'm gonna sub in for Danny McBride.
That would be funny. That would
He
be
would
fun.
be funny.
show.
Yeah.
He would be funny. Anyways,
I mean, I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, a lot of comedians I would love to smoke with, but like, I just want to see them high. You know,
Yeah.
like that, it's more
ooh,
that.
Shane Gillis would be a good one to smoke weed with.
Yes.
He's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah.
Slightly offensive, but that's what makes it even funnier, I guess.
Be extra funny when you were high.
Yeah.
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 Or
All
extra
right.
serious, depending on what he was talking about.
Okay, so then that I'm also gonna ask you if you could have a drink with someone dead or alive, who would it be? Did we ever answer this ourselves?
I don't think we ever did. Mine would be Anthony Bourdain.
That's a good one.
that
He
is
would
a
also be
really
a nice
good
person to probably smoke with.
Oh, he'd be so chill.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah. You know who else? The Obamas. I would
Oh, that would be
love
cool.
to.
I feel like
Either
Barack
or.
would become cooler.
Yeah.
He's already cool as hell.
He
hell
put on
yeah.
some cool music in the background.
Yeah. Michelle. A queen.
Badass,
I
yeah.
would love to have a drink.
You know who
High
would
Rise
be
and
kind of
Michelle.
scary probably to smoke with would be like Beyonce or some shit.
I'd be
She'd be
intimidated.
way too serious.
I feel like you would also then be like, okay, well, in order to do this, you're gonna have to go down an alley into a elevator into the secret chamber of Beyonce and Jay-Z. You can't let anyone know where you're at, and you will never be able to speak of it again. You have to sign like 8 NDAs.
Yeah.
Because like she's so like
And if you-
protected.
if
of her
you
image.
speak
She
about
actually
it.
did smoke with Beyonce, but she had to sign all this NDA.
Like, I'm not speaking for
she can't talk about it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And if you talk
obviously.
about it, they'll find a sniper and they'll murder you.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just
happening.
saying.
It's happening on air right now.
I'm just saying.
Don't quote her. Jay-Z and Beyonce. They got some. I mean, they have some connects
Yeah.
if they needed to.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Did you actually answer the question? It was like either the Obamas
Yeah.
or
I think that's gonna be my final answer.
Did you answer yours?
What?
You never answered either.
For what?
For your
Who would you have a drink
your
with?
dream.
Oh
person to
shit!
have a drink
I'm
with.
like, huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know. I'm too high for this question.
We'll
you
ask
guys.
you next week.
Yeah, come back
Think
next
on
week for my answer for that one because I know you guys are just
A little
dying to
teaser.
know.
A little
Just
teaser.
entice you to bring it back next week.
I know who it would be. It would be Emily.
Oh,
Love you.
yeah.
Miss you.
that's a good answer.
That's
a
my
good
bitch.
answer.
Shout out to her.
Hell yeah. Well, any last words before we wrap this up?
Oh yeah, tell the
About that
people
time?
where they can find you. If you have any events coming up, like that awesome ski event you had at pre-ski. That was so
much
fucking-
fun.
that was so
Now
much
that I
fun.
have like fake snow machines, like after that event, we threw like
my God, yes.
we like brought like an après ski to Schulman's, and
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
It was packed. I tried to pop in and it was so
And
slammed
everybody
that
was
I just
dressed
left.
up, and the fucking DJ outside was like, oh, God, I want to
was
hear
cool.
house music at Schulman's.
I'm a huge house music fan, and it was like so much fun. And now I have snow machines. Literally, everyone was like, "We're doing another snow machine event here, there, everywhere."
Love it.
But High Rise, you can find us at High Rise Bev on the socials.
Oh, yeah.
And myself, I'm at Carson Beat and Ball. My name is Tough, so you guys will have to hyperlink it somewhere.
I will tag it.
It'll be in the
I'll tag you,
description.
Don't worry.
Carson 20 online for 20% off.
Oh, period. Yes, queen. Tell them.
And then lots of fun summer events coming up. They're all kind of like materializing now, but we're very like our whole
Sick.
brand is like based on like the coastal South Carolina vibe. So like I have pool floats, I do pool parties, like
Cool.
lots of fun, like beach cleanups, lots of really cool things coming down. So
I love that.
Beach cleanup.
Yeah. It's
I love it.
yeah, it's really fun. It's a great brand to work with.
Yeah.
Well, fuck yeah. Stay tuned. Follow her on Instagram and you'll find out when the events are going to happen.
Yeah. Also, this did fly by. Maybe I'm wrong with the way, like thinking that I like was gonna make time like go slow. I'm like,
Oh,
this was
no.
so fast.
Yeah.
That was fast. Like it's the second you start talking and like getting into it, it like flies by, and then you're like,
Once you
oh, shit,
start
we're at an
yapping.
hour. Yeah.
And then whenever you're high on top of it, I feel like we just sat down.
It's gonna be like the only like 2.5 hour episode that you guys actually put
We've
on.
actually done that before. We had to do a 2-parter.
Yeah,
With-
that
who
was
was it?
multiple guests though.
was
That was
Pat and who?
it was Alex and Puck.
Oh, shout out to you guys.
That was a 2-parter. That was a
can
fun one.
imagine.
And we also got very drunk.
God, that was fucked
So
up.
that didn't
Anyways, love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Also, plug again. Please call our phone number with any crazy stories. Tell us what Carson should do with the bubble machine.
The snow machine.
I was like, I guess I gotta find one of those.
Oopsies.
Yeah, the number again is 347-WASTED with 2 Ds. And then you can follow us on Instagram at Wasted Truth Pod.
And you can follow me at Jill Vanilli with 2 I's. And you can follow Nick.
At Nicolette K, spelled NIKOLETTEK. And always remember,
Your hair looks great.
and we love you.
Hell yeah. And if you don't tip 20%, your mom's high.
Facts. Fucking facts.